Hi, I'm Joey. Welcome to Unhinged Catholicism 14. Well, welcome to Unhinged Catholicism 14. Hi, this is, first off, I'm Joey. Hi, I'm Joey. Welcome to Unhinged Catholicism 14. So on paper, I'm a pretty terrible person, especially if you throw my past in there. You know, from addiction to a lot of other things. You know, we all fall short. Jesus is the only perfect one. I can't emphasize enough that I'm just a sinner in need of a savior. I'm borderline evil at times. So, if you see anything good in me, it's Jesus. Anything. Anything good or anything good done, it's the Lord. My default is bad. You know, I see so much judgment. You know, Catholics and Protestants, doesn't matter. Myself included. You know, I sin and judge. I pass the beggar on the way to church, who I used to be. And depending on what you define as begging, I'm practically still that, but we're talking about homelessness. And, you know, I remember that mind state and that, you know, just utter and total worthlessness. Didn't really care if I lived or died, you know, wanted to die but was too cowardly to do it successfully anyway. And you know, it's a fine line between discernment and becoming the Pharisee. I see it so much, you know, within the church, even within myself. Like I said, you know, it's easy to forget where we've come from. For me, it is, at least. Sometimes I have to really sit there and think about either how far I've come or, you know, just not as like a, you know, pat myself on the back, but to extinguish or prevent any further going down a dark rabbit hole, you know, that may lead me back to that. You know, our greatest works are nothing but dirty rags. Dirty rags. From dust we came, from dust we shall return. So stay humble. Sometimes it's easier said than done, especially with certain types of personalities. And sometimes it's hard not to repay evil for evil. Even judgment for judgment, you know. Even my own family, you know, people closest to me, I feel very judged by. And, you know, sometimes it's hard not to throw back that attitude, or at least even, sometimes it's hard not even to just lead that with that attitude, you know, when going into conversations or whatever with these people. Try to stay in constant prayer to Jesus. That's the only way I can keep myself from not acting on past behaviors, or even just thinking like past behaviors. you don't have to act like it, but if you're still thinking the same way, that's just a matter of time. I don't know if this helped anybody. I don't even know if this would be a podcast or just classified as just me venting.